my own, but I am going to make an active part in Belinda's. But today I just wanted to quickly say that, you know, if anybody who wants to tune into my channel, the Green Witch Medium, you can. I've come to the understanding it's not about subscribing, it's just about building that community up to get the ball rolling again. Obviously I'm committed and strong to get there, and I know that it's important that my channel flourishes for other things spiritually. And in the video, obviously in the title, Etsy shop as well, our EnchantedBellewitch Etsy shop is doing pretty good, but we simply want people to give their feedback, even if it means just writing a comment here about their experiences with our product. What we want to focus more on, not so much the manufactured items, but more the EnchantedBellewitch product that Belinda makes. Good morning from Australia. That's, I think, somebody from Australia. I'm trying to get the comments on, actually. They're not actually visible. Oh, they are. Hello, Scarlett from Australia. Well, you can have our products. Why can't you have our products? You know, we ship to Australia also. Hi, good morning, Letty. I've just come back from being at the high school with Caleb, having to enroll him, so it's been pretty busy. Well, you'll get your oils from us. I know that I do recognise your name, Becky Gerald. You are another person that has the orders. I wasn't feeling very good earlier, but I feel a lot better. But Belinda doesn't. She's actually got a upset stomach and just feels a little sick. I did last night too. It could have been something we ate. It just happens that way. Thank you so much. I'm really pleased about the success that everybody shows around us. What I want to say is that those students that Belinda has in the witching class, and now they've passed to go into the coven, they're showing good and great things in their journey. They're showing success, they're showing good confidence, they're showing everything. And that's what we believe. We believe everybody should bring out their confidence and be strong in that journey and able to not be afraid what anybody else thinks or allow somebody else to weaken us or bring us down. But I am going to say good morning, Nicole. Everybody just seems to be really positive with their comments, that much success, but much success not just with a business, but much success with a family and having that love and that connection and commitment together. Because if you haven't got love and trust and strength together as a family, then how can you go out into the outside world and be something strong for other people? It starts at home. It starts here to show children. Belinda's just going to be okay. She just took some medicine. She's not like ill, but she's in bed just resting. But it's just a bad stomach that, you know, I had, and it's passed for me. I feel a lot better. But she's not really ill. She's actually just recovering from the stomach like me. So if we both have it, it's obviously something we've ate. I don't know what it is. Last night I did talk about hypocrisy and about making that decision. Who are you truly? Just be to the person that you're meant to be in front of people. And I know that if we are being somebody else and showing hate or anger or sly behaviour with the people that we love, our colleagues, our friends, and our family, you know, we then go off and be a good person to another lot of people. That is hypocrisy. We need to show consistency in all areas. As I've already mentioned in the past, perfection is not in a human being's mind. It isn't in us to be perfect, but it is in us to be consistent and better in ourselves and be kind to one another. I know that there's been a lot of people who I've been doing readings for last week, and there was consultations on the phone. Thank you so much. I did talk about the Buddha necklace the other week, and that is on Belinda's channel also. It is jade and it's heavy. It's for protection. And I kind of think it gives me strength to give people advice. I think there's a connection here with what I'm wearing. It's protecting my heart chakra, and I do feel different with it. When I'm talking and listening to people, giving them a little bit of guidance, or they're reaching out to me, I know that I'm not absorbing that emotion into my heart chakra. It's important that we don't do that. It's important that we feel happy within ourselves. Do we love ourselves? Am I currently happy in my present situation? Do I know which direction I'm heading in life? I'm setting these goals on the journey, and it is up to us to say to ourselves, I have the willpower, I have the strength, I have the enthusiasm, the encouragement, and I also have the commitment to achieve that goal and this goal and this goal ahead of me. If we can't say those things to ourselves because someone else made us feel shit inside, and we're not able to be positive, we need to step out of that and stop thinking that we are going to be that person that people made us believe that we are. We are happy, kind, loving souls inside, but there is a dark side to us that's kind of all over the place. Consecrate, I'd say, well, Belinda would take this necklace, and she would then go do a very, very personal ritual with the incense, with Hecate. She would then take the necklace, and it would be sat on the altar for a short period of time. I'd say up to 3 days, where it's around Hecate's energy. It's on the altar for a reason, to be charged up, she's cleansing it with incense. She also uses spiritual water. She may use a few words in a petition asking for good luck and protection from me in particular. She might put her own love into it. So I don't really believe in my own self that we should go all in depth with blessing things. I think it's using our technique, our method, our love. And if we are using intention and protection, and we're touching an object, it is going to work as well, because we're using intention, we're believing, we're not doubting. So many people doubting these situations that are happening in their life. Oh, I'm not sure if it's going to go to plan. I'm not sure if I'll get him back or her back. How am I going to get my ex-partner back, who I realised I love so much, and the other hurdle is my ex-partner's with someone else. There's so many different situations where they don't believe enough that it's going to happen for them. It doesn't need just spell work all the time. It needs you working on yourself first. You have to work on your own head. You can't go carrying those problems from that relationship into the next. It is important that we don't put baggage on another person that we love. Thank you, Letty. Letty is a family relative of ours, a wonderful energy that has done so much with us. She works closely with us with our Etsy shop, a physical EnchantedBellewitch shop in the town. And without her effort, her energy, we needed that physical circle there to be filled with someone who can be a support, with love, with commitment, and I thank you for that. And she continues to work with us, and new things are on its way. And the one thing that she does tell us, Letty that just made a comment, she tells us, you're going to do really good, you and Belinda. Your shop is going to do really good. It's not about it doing really good. It's just about us making a difference to the people that need our help as well. They struggle with their life problems. They don't know how to switch off from all this on their plate. Right, okay. When a spell jar or a candle or something glass cracks, we often might have a confirmation that spirit is close and around us. I think Letty might be one to describe her experience with a rose of Jericho that was in the jar that cracked in her home. It shows the sheer power and energy that we work with a goddess. That's her story. But the other story is that sometimes if it doesn't do a full burn and it explodes, there is a toxic situation. If we're doing a return to sender, let's, for example, that return to sender candle cracks halfway down and explodes everywhere. It means that somebody else is doing some strong manipulative work against the person that we're trying to help. And yet we need it needs harsher work. We need to keep pushing it with candles. We need to keep pushing it with different spell techniques. And obviously Belinda hasn't had many candles that exploded, but there have been tough situations. And I'm sure that you're asking for a particular purpose. Maybe it's happened to you. Just look at it as the situation needs further, a further review on what is happening. It's about looking, sprinkle flower, it is about looking at yourself and thinking, are there things in my life that are blocking me in the way, unable for me to see the bigger picture of things? It could be that you're casting with intention, but it's better to be casting with intention with a clearer path on your journey. If there are people, negative souls that are bringing us down, or we feel weighed down with their problems on top of our own, or they are not serving us well, or we're feeling bad inside about people, you have to deal with that situation. They are in your circle and they're on your side, or if they're not on your side, then you're out of my circle. You get out and you're not a support to me, then I don't want to be part of that negative energy. All these different things cause us to have blockages in our life, bad relationships, financial problems, health problems, trying to remove these blockages and deal with our own self in the middle of a road opener. Why isn't it that we're not getting more money into our life? Why is it that our relationships aren't working? Just because another partner has problems in their head, it might also be addressing something back to you. What is it that they're doing that what is that you're doing that's making them be that way? We have to take full responsibility and share some of the, not blame, but the responsibility of how we can resolve things in a relationship. If we have somebody who is causing us so much grief and heartache in a relationship or in a friendship, or even at work, we're having problems by jealous, envious people, so they start spreading lies about us, then these things are happening for a reason, to open our eyes to something that we're not seeing. These situations only happen to us when we're meant to go, I understand now why that person so negative is doing that to me, because I did it to somebody else, or I'm not addressing something about me that needs to stand up for myself and be able to speak out. All these things about confidence, strength, commitment, loyalty, we don't need to just focus it on spell work and spirituality. Part of our spirituality is living our life, being able to adopt all of that into our normal daily living. And if we aren't feeling good about ourselves and we don't love ourselves enough, or if we kind of doubt certain people and situations, that is why there will be blockages within the spell work that we do. It has to be you within yourself, connecting to you. Do you truly know yourself? Are you connecting with yourself through meditation? Are you happy with your current situations? Not situation. More than one situation is situations, and it's that circle of energies, and situations. We need to really just think, are they stable? Are they healthy? And if they're not, then these are the reasons why we have these blockages, because before we can even cast anything like that, we need to be dealing with what's in front of us first. Sometimes I say to people, love spell work or getting somebody back is not even your first priority. You know, and you tell me you're suffering mentally from the damage that somebody's caused to you. You're dealing with the past and the problems, and yet you're not addressing them, you're not talking about them. So where does it lie? Where does this responsibility lie with first before spell work? You. It starts with you. You have to really focus and work on yourself. If you haven't got a healthy energy, if you can't connect, if you can't be somebody who can start to heal and work at your own pace and work all these problems out on the table, then you can't be projecting something like a spell work, because it's going to be bringing some of that energy that needs to be dealt with into the spell work. You need purity, positive intention, knowing that, yes, I have control of my life, I have power of my journey and my choices and decisions, and I know where I am in this present moment, and I know what to do in the future. So the future involves the next 5 minutes or the next second or tomorrow. I don't want to worry about tomorrow, but we have to have an action plan. We have to organise and prioritise our lives and not be sloppy and messy and disorganised. It isn't about being over obsessive with your organisation, but it's also about having a consistent routine that we have to accept sometimes, that we're open to the fact that this routine can change as well, and it's okay for it to change. So it's important that when we have that change in life, we must not get scared to death with the fact that our life circumstances have changed a little bit because something new came along. It's about, as I said, you can do it. You're not even helping the situation by telling yourself that comment. Why can't we change it by saying, yes, I can, and I believe that I will get what I want? It does work over time. It can work with a click of a thumb, depending on your current mind state, how you feel. If you feel that you're a strong person, that's one good bonus. But if you're not, if you're doubting and you have not much confidence, then these could be the similar reasons why there's a blockage. And also there's a blockage on your end because somebody else might actually be doing work or there's a particular situation or occurrence that is blocking your ability to do this. So you need to just sit down and meditate on things. Find out in your own self what it is that you think you need to do that will prevent you from doubting and saying, I can't do it. Because I can't is a very negative word. I can't. Well, I say that everybody can, and they have that ability. You know, God forbid anybody that does things bad or says something bad, or there's criminals out there actually who can project and do spell work, and that's when it's most dangerous. That's where I don't agree on this type of work, when somebody dangerous works with this kind of energy, because they can do multiple damage to another person. But when we have a loving, softened, sensitive soul that says they're strong, says they're confident, but yet deep down there are sensitive parts about them that they need to work on, then you need to think, it's always the quiet ones or the toughest, the people that are pure and loving and caring that have a difficult time. And that is because we need to toughen our soul and spirit up and be ready for the challenges ahead. So my answer is, you just need to keep doing the spell work that you are doing, but you have to work on yourself first. There's something blocking you in the way, because if you had an effective spell work, it would mean that your road opener is clear for you to walk the path. You don't have much issues. But if you're saying that you don't have any and it's still not working, then we're looking at negative energy being around you or around a particular person that you're connected to who's involved in the spell work. There's a numerous amount of things, but I could say this is what your problem is, but really deep down we all have our answers within. You just have to find the answer within. I think Belinda will come up with a really good answer on why spell work doesn't work, but if that starts with the doubting situation, if I say I can't, then you're going 2 steps backwards. It's about saying I can, and I will get what I want. I will achieve this. I will get my lover back. They will come to me. I am not going to doubt myself anymore. I am confident. I am committed. I am loyal. I am determined. I am honest in the work that I do. I am genuine to the people around me and not fake or a hypocrite. 1 minute we decide to be, we're like a light switch, most people. On, off. We're good, then we're bad. We're good, then we're bad. Or when I say negative and not bad, it means that we're reacting to certain things in our life that are really challenging. So we get angry or we get frustrated because it doesn't work for us, so it doesn't go our way. But it doesn't mean we're hateful. It just means we're frustrated with the things that are going on in our circle. We need to tidy those situations up and make the best of life and do our very best each day. And that's when we will have effective spell work. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to know your potential, know which energies you're working with. You've got to really know your craft, know what your limits are, and not take on too much. Do you truly know yourself? Because if you don't know yourself, if you don't love yourself, how can you possibly love and understand and work with witchcraft first? You can't do that. It's like loving somebody else. And if you don't love yourself, then you can't. If you can't actually love yourself, you can't love another person. If you can't take and nurture the things that are in your life, then how the heck can you project a come to me spell to bring someone to you? Because it's just going to block and reject it, because the ultimate goal is to love yourself first before you can conjure anybody in and spell it. That is why we are blocked. That is why we can't get what we want, because we're missing the bigger picture. We're not learning the life lessons. I think there was a message, go by the shop. They have things that are made by Belinda, and when you walk into the shop, you will feel peace. That's her showing her support. Obviously, we get a lot of the Etsy orders, and that is something that really, truly is a blessing, that people show kind, wonderful reviews on what we do. It is about Belinda's product. It's about how we speak and deal with the customer service. It's about the speeding of the shipping. And I know we have people that are waiting on things, but I have them ready, and I'm ready to ship the orders. And that's our commitment to you guys, those that truly want to purchase something that they believe will give them what they want, their intention. Belinda's product is through her own spiritual ability to just connect and believe within good intention that it is going to be this, and the oil just drastically becomes come to me oil, because she created it in her own way, with the guidance of spirit, with the guidance of her goddess Hecate. Oh wow, you purchased some stuff from our shop. Well, I will make it my priority to ensure that things will be shipped to you, unless you've already received the items. Do your very best to contact me if you have any questions about the product, because if you have some questions and we're unsure about what we're buying and we don't know how to use it, Belinda always says, if you don't know how to use a particular item, why would you buy that item? It's absolutely clear that, you know, yes, you ask us for you ask questions and we can answer to the best of our ability, but ultimately you're the one who's casting. Are you completely confident and sure that you are protecting yourself properly? Are you able to, you know, protect from the negative energy? Because whether it's a love spell or it's a dark spell, it's still black magic. It's still black magic regardless. And if even a money spell is black magic, we're conjuring in energy. We're asking for energy to come to us, and through prosperity, through love. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Because Belinda had experiences in her life back then that she was reaching out to Jesus back then, truly wasn't really comfortable within the church. And then suddenly she had these signs, a dream of a woman coming to her in black and purple, and she was Hecate, and she knew it was Hecate because she had the signs of what she would interpret herself to be. And Belinda just connects because it's truly meant to be her. Perhaps if you're working with Hecate, you need to just research a little bit more, maybe honor her a little bit more. She's a very jealous god. She works in all different kinds of ways. Perhaps it isn't Hecate that is right for you. Perhaps it's another form of goddess, another god, masculine energy. It doesn't necessarily mean that just because she's not speaking to you doesn't mean that you're not meant to be with her. But I'm looking at all the possibilities as well. You have to look at the fact that it might be that the energy isn't for you. You know, you have to accept and open your mind to that you maybe are still searching for something else. But for Belinda, she will privately talk to Hecate, honor the incense, do her rituals. The way it is also important the way that the altar that she has in our room is set. There's a particular order that you would set, and it's the way that Hecate wants it and the way Belinda wants it. None of us touch the altar. We learn the respect. And for me, I kind of work with her because she brought me to Belinda, and we're working it to the best that we can in our marriage. And she has great plans for us, and we have to just work with those plans once they're given to us. Just like the shop opened and our Etsy shop opened, Belinda's spell work, building and forming a business, and keeping that love within the home for our children. It's all part and part of the parcel together. It's nurturing everything that we're doing, everything that we're achieving. And I can't afford to be negative. I can't afford to absorb too much emotion from other people that reach out to me or Belinda. We have to just accept that there are tragedy in the world. There's always going to be tragedy after tragedy. And we read about guns and killings and people just having huge amounts of hate. That means they have a mental illness and they're troubled with how living on a world that they think is inhumane. But we all, if I can do it, then you can do it, and everybody else can live their life in a stable manner on this planet and make the best of it, instead of firing hate at people because we don't like the way the world is or the way someone makes a decision. Taking people's lives and killing people is horrible. But there's a lesson to learn from this. What is it? Well, it is about the country listening to each other, coming together and deciding what's best for how to keep people safe and what are the penalties against someone who does these things. Are they harsh enough? And we take all those things back to our family environment within our home. There's rules again. What do we do when we punish a child? How do we deal with that child if they misbehave or do things they shouldn't do? And what are the needs and wants of a relationship with you and your wife or husband? Can you come to this understanding and consensus and communicate and be on the same level? If you're not, then you're not feeding the relationship enough, or you're just not listening to the other person, and you just want to hear your own voice all the time. And it's back to hypocrisy. If you are doing it with other people, but you're not doing it with your own partner, or you're actually doing it occasionally with your partner, communication in a good way, then it will along the line not be enough for the partner. They'll think only when they feel like it, they will be good or committed or loving. And it needs to be all the time, because if we're doing this kind of work, we'll have amazing amounts of pressure to be patient and not judge and accept the person for who they are. Those that reach out to us who want our help and our guidance and want to be heard, they can't see bad or negative things from people like us, because we will then give them another impression then. So be kind to your heart, be kind to yourself in your mind, body and spirit. Never take on too much. It's okay to say no from time to time. It's about opening your heart to being a wonderful energy of love and light, but recognizing that there is darkness that is existing for a reason. And in order to understand the light, you have to understand the darkness of your past and why these things happen. What did you get out of this verbal abusive relationship of the past? What I would get out of it is I'd step into a new relationship when I'm ready to step into that relationship. You don't jump into a new one. You have to have time to reflect and heal. But I would learn from a verbal abusive relationship one thing, and that is to not tolerate it again, to speak up, to be strong, to be able to say to that other person, well, I've been through this and I've dealt with it in my own way. And I would reassure my new partner, in no way am I going to bring these problems and issues into this relationship and show you insecurities, because I'm going to show you that I'm a stable partner. You have to take the bad and turn it into a positive experience. Say, I can't step back and allow people to control me or verbally abuse me. This is about, if you allow it, then you're taking no control of your own life. You're allowing that other person to control you with their verbal mouth, disgusting mouth. You've got to be strong, and you've got to be able to take that experience, say somebody who's been sexually abused or physically abused, you take that and you inspire others and help them, then it's going to lift you by mixing with those people that can relate to you, and you become friends then. Thank you, Letty. In our energy, in our journey, it is important that we love ourselves, and no matter what, when we fall to the ground, we pick ourselves back up. Don't be somebody who's going to be kicked and punched by those that just won't help you, because they're selfish people, but they're also human beings on another path. Let's hope and pray that they will find themselves and help a person from the ground and say, yes, it isn't about me all the time, it's about you, and that is part of my good deed of the day, you know. So going back to my YouTube channel, The Green Witch Medium, I'm forming it, I've done a description, I've put the logo on. It's going to be different to my other channel, but it's going to open up everyone in the way that they might, whatever they get from the channel, it's going to open them up in the way that, in their experience of watching me. Everybody has a different experience watching people, and I certainly had major experiences watching people on YouTube, or even what I've taken from Belinda. It's just phenomenal amounts of knowledge and strength and commitment and love, and that's enough, should be enough to hold you up, keep your head on your shoulders, and be strong. Hello from the USA. Well, we're in the USA. People think I'm in the United Kingdom. I'm not. My story is that I came here to Belinda 5 years ago, and I am in Texas. So welcome the USA. Let's just reflect on those that have died in El Paso and Ohio. It is very, very sad, and it should be a wake-up call. In less than 24 hours we got shootings. It's not acceptable. It needs change. We can't live in this society and sit as communities, all different communities all over the country, getting used to the fact that it's a normal thing that's going to keep happening. We shouldn't settle for that. I wouldn't settle for it. It needs change, and it needs somebody who can just lead the way and push with their ideas. It needs a leader that will stand up to supremacy, white people, or all kinds of race that show angry behavior. And I'm saying white because I'm white, so I don't want to seem as I'm racist to white people. I'm just making it clear. Thank you. From New York, and even New York has had their fair deal in 9/11, you know, fair share, and we still continue, and we'll never forget to send our prayers to the dead, to the loved ones who've lost their lives. When you don't have a way out, you can't get your loved one back. It's trying to educate people about life after death, trying to give them the comfort that their spirit lives on. It's hard. Some people can't accept it. They cling to God. That's their path, and we can't force them out of it. But we also can't force people into spiritualism and life after death. We can't force people in paganism or Wicca. We can't do that. We have to allow them to find it for themselves. And whatever comes in and draws them in, it is so, and let it be that way. I am going to go soon, but I know... No, it's not. The negative energy around needs an absolute cleanse of the home. You also need a cleanse of yourself. I would suggest buy a lumbre rock and Vesta powder from our shop, and you'll get the charcoal with it too. And there'll be a video, there was already a video on Belinda's channel of the Vesta cleanse, and actual process of what you can do from the egg cleanse to the Vesta to the alumbre. And I would recommend that you do that, and even getting a smudge stick that would be enough to go around the home, and a protection salt. It's all on our shop, and that's what I was going to come on to with the Etsy shop. I will put the link on the bottom. If you want to order from us, we'll get the shipping out. And I want to make this clear. If you're going to buy something, you're going to know how to use it, you know, in your head logically and with your own intention. Or you can ask us at the shop questions. That's the only way I'm going to give you instructions. I'm not going to put instructions into the packages anymore, because, you know, people vary on different things, and they might, you've got to do it in the way that you feel fit to use the product. over the journey that I've had, I know that the product that Belinda makes on Etsy is fantastic. Down from the extreme love domination, the goddess oil, come to me oil, and even to the darker oils, which is breakup oil or a shut up oil. And I've even got the FU oil, which I don't want to say the full words on YouTube because they might just put the parental guideline thing on it. But there's all that, and the incense and the powders that truly, and the resins that we make, they are very much effective if you have the intention as well. Belinda's energy, her goddess, even her demon energy, she works with it. And I know that there's no rotting smell or bad energy in the home here because we learn to protect, we learn to ground ourselves, we learn to make it absolutely clear with our forceful, strong energy that no negative energy is welcome in the home. They are to leave, and you have to do it and fight them back with intention. You have to do it just as much as you would fight intention when you're anointing a candle for love. You have to do the same with the energies back to the spirits that are not serving well. And if there's a rotting negative sulfur smell, it is most definitely a collection of this residual energy within the home created by people who are negative or upset, or we've conjured in something and opened the doorway to something that just wants to attract to you and bring you down. So there's a difference of energies. There's different reasons as to why they would be there. It's up to us to seek the help if we can't control the situation, or if we have control of the situation, then sort it out and don't seek help or advice from somebody else. It's up to you. We can have a balance of control. We can help and deal with the situation, and then you work with us where we will give you the instructions on what you can do. So I must go. Check out the Green Witch medium. You know, I don't think about subscribers, but I think about the people and who's connecting, and I want more people to connect. I know I did tarot readings monthly on there, and I talked about Reiki, and I talked about the Whorehound oil that we made. I also talked about the Seeking Spiritual Truth in my past videos, the incense and the oil, the shadow oil. All of those were videos that I wish I hadn't have taken down, but I regret a little bit. Love, yes. That's a positive comment. Love is important. Love is absolutely important in the journey. If we can't love, then we've got to work on ourselves before we can fire love out to others. How do we know whether we're loving people properly and in a healthy way if we don't know who we truly are? Have a good day too. Oh yes, lovely comments from you the other day, Carla, that you're happy to be connected with me on the channel. I'm also happy to be connected with you and everybody else. So check out our Etsy shop. Please do not be afraid to click the order button on something that you truly need, because I'm telling you, the Enchanted Bellewitch product that Belinda makes is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I even welcome the words amen into this, because all deities matter. It isn't just one, it's all. And if we can come to that understanding that religion should not part people and communities, and should not block our communication with other people, then we're going to be fine as a race of people on this earth that can accept people for who we are. We have to accept the Muslim, we have to accept the Christian, the Catholic person. Their differences are going to be there. Wiccan and pagan and Buddhism and Hinduism and Sikhism. All of these big religions that are out in the world make a good difference. But we have to accept in every religion there is people that will do bad things in the religion. It's not the religion that's to blame, it's the person, the choice that they make. Yes, I agree. Acceptance is the key. You know, we have to accept each other. It ain't about religion. We're happy to be kind and civil and communicate with people. So I'm going to go accept that, you know, we need to love ourselves before we love everybody else. And have a wonderful day. Check out our Etsy shop and check out the channels that we have. There's so much Belinda's going to be doing. She's just a little sick at the moment, but I'm going to be there to take care of her. But check out for new product that she's going to be making and new spells and videos that she's going to be doing. Have a blessed day and take care.